And the better the systems are and the more refined they are. I always say that, the more longer I stay in business, the more I'm tweaking. I had a discussion with my team members this week, and I said, isn't it strange? The longer you are in business, the long game, the more you start tweaking the systems that you implement, and they just become better and better and better. So if I can just stick it out and I can just keep on tweaking those systems, it's going to give me more sanity. It's going to give my team more sanity. It's going to give my clients more sanity. You're listening to The Functional Founder with Themistocles Stergianos, a podcast for owner-operators ready to build high-performance teams, handle growth with confidence, and scale without burning out. Functional Founders, welcome to another Functional Founder podcast with Themistocles Stergianos. Today's podcast I really didn't want to do. I was grappling to what title I'm going to be discussing, what part of my business I'm going to be discussing. And in the spirit of really being authentic and real to my listeners, I'm going to talk about when the guide runs on empty. And I'm the guide, the leader, the one that's constantly needing to keep true north for the business. And it's just that time of the year. It's probably that time of the business. Don't get me wrong. The business has probably never been in a better situation than it is now. But I'm flat, guys. I'm flat. I'm flat because I think I've been showing up in various forms at 110%. And my tank is empty. I don't know if you ever feel like that. But my creativity tank is just empty. I've made some notes. I'm going to be referring to them. I just thought that shouldn't be an excuse for me not to get the word out there, because there's probably a lot of functional founders or founders that are feeling that way. It just gets to that stage when you are the bottleneck, or you're the person that everyone calls when they need to get access to a solution. When there's a problem, they phone or contact you. There's emails coming through from a lot of people. People want a lot from you. Yeah, so I suppose when you just give all the time, it just gets to a stage when you just can't give anymore. Or, don't get me wrong, it's not that I can't give. I just feel my creativity is just at a record low. And I've realized with myself what works for me, and I'm going to share that with you. So again, guys, I wasn't supposed to record this. So confidence doesn't always live in motivation. Confidence lives in showing up, and that's what I'm doing. I want to show up. I want to show up for you. I think it's important. See, this last year, we've rebranded the business. We've moved to new premises. We've increased our expenses. We've taken on more labor. We've increased our revenue. We've bought more bakkies, more vehicles. We've sold old vehicles. We've solved bigger problems as the years go by. We've done a lot. We did our biggest hire this year when it came to staff member. We cut our different profit centers up. We made one manager responsible for one division, another manager responsible for the other. And, there's a lot of money that gets poured into hiring new people. And remember, we're all about hiring A players. Yes, it gets a bit much sometimes. This is a Sunday, and I'm doing this because I love it. I love the feedback I get from my listeners. But when the signal starts coming that your creativity is dawning, that's a sign. It's a sign that you need to tune out. So I have to reframe it. And how do I go about reframing it? Well, for me, I get my energy when I'm still, because stillness reveals what's real for me. Otherwise, I can end up doing things that aren't real. And stillness for me is breaking away, maybe going to my river cottage down in the Breda, putting my boat in the water, just hearing the birds, putting the braai on, just being in the quiet, listening to the fish eagles. And then it comes to me again, like this energy starts brewing again. I started this morning. I went to yoga class. I think that's important. Did the most intense yoga session I've ever done in my life. I was the only man in the room amongst about 15 women. Wow, I was probably the worst. But I felt good for it, because I have to show up, man. I have to show up for my family. I have to show up for my team. Can't drop the ball. 5 o'clock, I'm going to hit the tennis. court. I'm going to go and play a bit of tennis, improve my game. I want to stay relevant. So what are the 3 areas of reframing? Well, the first is stillness, I mentioned to you, is really getting still, because that's when it comes back to me. The second is structure. I can't afford to break away to that stillness if there's no structure. So structure where the business can still operate. There are responsibility centers in each part of my business where human beings are responsible for that part of the business and someone's overseeing it. And they have to, because then I can't take my break. So they don't only free time, systems protect sanity for me. And the better the systems are and the more refined they are. I always say that, the more longer I stay in business, the more I'm tweaking. I had a discussion with my team members this week, and I said, isn't it strange? The longer you are in business, the long game, the more you start tweaking the systems that you implement, and they just become better and better and better. So if I can just stick it out and I can just keep on tweaking those systems, it's going to give me more sanity. It's going to give my team more sanity. It's going to give my clients more sanity. So we introduced a CRM system a few months ago, and I'm going to share it with you in one of the podcasts. In fact, I'm going to do a visual and walk it through with you to show you how it's keeping things under control so that I can tap in wherever I am, so I can take a break and not feel like heavy, that my business is falling apart. So I mentioned the stillness, I mentioned the systems, and the third element is honesty. Honesty reconnects leadership. Man, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell my team I'm heading towards flat, and I need to tune out, and I need to tune out regularly. In fact, for me to be creative, I need to be tuning out regularly. And by telling them the honesty, it allows them to be human as well, because there's no need to white-knuckle something. White-knuckling only works for the little bit or for a while. Then it starts bearing heavy. And when that white-knuckling starts becoming a way of life for a founder or for a team member, that's when it leads to burnout and unhappiness. And like you wake up and you don't want to go to work. You know that feeling. So things need to change. We need to look at things differently. That's the third element. And the fourth element is building confidence that your business is doing well. You've spent enough time in your business. You've guided enough people. It's not going to be perfect. It'll never be perfect. But confidence really gets developed by putting yourself out of your comfort zone. I remember I was doing public speaking events at quite a pace a couple of years ago. I've toned it down a bit. I just do the odd public speaking event now. But in the beginning, I was petrified. I had no confidence to stand in front of people, talk about my life and my business and my family, my pains, my wins. I mean, who am I? But by putting myself out there and standing on stage, all of a sudden it started becoming a little bit easier. And the next talk became easier. And the next one became easier. And the next one became easier. And now look at me. Now I'm podcasting. I'm talking to the world through this platform. Because I'm not going to fabricate my confidence. My confidence comes from like repetition. Just keep on doing it and facing my fear, stepping into it. I want to grow LabWorks and my other companies within LabWorks. And I want to lift up the whole business, which means not only the people in the business, not only the community around LabWorks, but the clients that interact with us too. It's a big deal for me. I want to change the industry. I want people to think about us differently. When they think about domestic contractors that specialize in roofs, pools, and waterproofing, and the other divisions that we'll acquire over time, they're going to think differently about us. From the way we interact with them, to the correspondence that we email through to them. We use a lot of video. I really encourage my people to step out of their comfort zones, because that's where true confidence happens, is when you step out of your comfort zones. I'm going to use a quick example. So one of my team members, and I'm going to show you in this video, was quite cool. Hated video. Now, we all know that video is a big way of getting out there, getting your name out there, building your brand. I think video is taking over. If we're not using video in our business today, I think we're falling behind. Other people are going to overtake us. So the one day we had to shoot a video for like a 30-second video commercial for our box cutters. And I challenged my team member. And I said to him, you can do it. My manager, I challenged him. I said to him, you could do it. He wasn't too sure. He phoned me a few minutes before the video. I'd forgotten about it. Anyway, he showed up and he did the video himself. He read the script. He showed up. He dressed himself up nicely. He communicated. He let the video editor guide him. And then he saw the video and he was like, is that me? I can do this again. So I'm going to play that video.
Most waterproofing jobs fail. Landlords and property managers keep blaming the roof. But that's not the issue. The real problem? The box cutter. Here's what's really going on. Standing water builds up, UV exposure gets amplified, and standard waterproofing materials break down fast. You've probably already paid multiple contractors to fix the same problem who say, this time it will work, only to make another call a few months later saying, hey, it's leaking.
Of a new video that he's just shot, because he's got the confidence. He stepped into his fear, conquered it, and has the belief that he can do video. And he actually is not bad at it. In fact, he's damn good at it. He might even be better than me. But it's about encouraging people to step into their fears. Because if I can't do it, how do I expect my people to do it? So today's podcast, folks, is, it's from the heart, really. I appeal to you. Because I know there's a lot of you functional founders out there that are feeling this way, or have felt this way, or going to feel this way. You just got to show up, man. You have to show up. Consistency triumphs. I've got a promise with myself that I need to send a message out every week on my podcast channel and on the YouTube channel. And I've got to do it. It was supposed to be done on Friday. There was an incident that happened, one of our family members. I couldn't shoot it. And I definitely didn't feel like shooting it today. I'm competing for airspace here. But truth be told, that I said, no matter what happens, I'm going to shoot a video. And I'm going to post this because I want to appeal to you. You got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to step out of your comfort zone. So remember, number one for me, I don't know if it appeals to you, maybe just one of them is create some stillness, because stillness is not weakness. Stillness is about the reset button. Creating structure, the better the system, the easier it is for founders to be in stillness. And then the third is the honesty, is like, you gotta like get one-on-one with your people. They've got to understand and admit to the team, I'm flat, I'm a bit down, my creativity is low. I need to push the reset button, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen with you. But I've put something in place, and I'm hoping you're going to put something in place. So that honesty is incredible too. And then the fourth element is confidence, building confidence that you can take a break. I've been coaching for the last 15, 17 years. And I can tell you that maybe every single founder that I've coached has challenged me on the fact that they cannot take a break from their business at certain times. Even if I go on my knees and I beg them to go into stillness, they still feel that they can't break away from their business because they are the business. They've created the identity. I don't give a heck about my identity in the business. I care about my team and I care about making a difference. My purpose rings true. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If there are other functional founders out there that might enjoy this podcast, please don't be selfish, man. Share with them. It's so important that you appeal to other functional founders too, because that's how we grow our community. Please push the like button, share, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining the Functional Founder. This podcast grows through you, our founder community. Please share this with someone who needs it and click on the subscribe button. That way, more people can join us.